Hey everyone, welcome back to Advancing with Amy. We've got a super inspiring episode for you today. We're chatting with Dr. Natalie Mei. She has an amazing story to share about her journey through some tough times, including battling depression and addiction. She's now a psychologist specializing in addiction recovery and has some really great insights and advice to share. So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and join us for a heartfelt and motivating conversation that you won't want to miss. Today we're talking with Natalie Mei, and Natalie is a doctor of psychology. Natalie, can you tell me a little bit about yourself personally?
Sure. So I was born in Moscow and I spent my childhood years there until I moved with my parents to Hungary. And I grew up as a teenager in Hungary, and it was a quite lonely time for me because I didn't have many friends. I was the only Russian girl in school and I was bullied for being Russian. So at that time, I think I started having the depression, which was with me through most of my life. And it made a big impact on my life as well. I was always kind of lonely person. I was trying to stay away from other people. Let's say I was kind of like having an isolated life. So which led to me being later in life. I was exposed to drugs and alcohol, and I also had this problem. So all this led to me, trying to solve my problems, and I started to study psychology much later in life. So when I was already professional in business, but still my life didn't go as planned. So I thought that I need to change a career and do something else in my life to help myself and also to help other people who have similar problems. So this led me to study psychology, and when I started working as a cognitive behavioral therapist, I had to choose a specialization on some kind of one problem to dedicate myself to solving that problem. And I chose addiction recovery because that was a big problem for me back in the days, and I know that now it's still a big problem in most English-speaking countries, especially. So yes, that's why I'm working in the addiction recovery field, and I have written a book. It's called Mind Shift to Recovery. So there I write about my personal experience with drugs, and also there I describe the strategy that I use with my clients to help them through recovery and to help them stick to recovery and not relapsing. So this book is available on Amazon, and you can have it now for free with Kindle Unlimited. So I recommend everyone who is listening to this podcast to go to Amazon and Google Mind Shift to Recovery, and I hope it will be very useful for you.
Wow, that is a great story. So I'm kind of curious, could you delve a little deeper into what happened with the depression and how you got out of that depression?
Yes, of course. So, well, depression was there with me for a long time. So it started, as I said, in my school years when I was studying in Hungary, and I didn't have any support from the other kids in class, and I was bullied with them, and I could not get support from my parents because they were getting through a divorce in this time, and I was also a lonely child, the only child. And I was living not in Russia, I was living abroad. So it was quite a tough time for me, and it changed my character, my personality in a certain way. So I just thought that, okay, I want to stay away from my family. I want to stay away from Hungary. I want to stay away from, groups of people in general. I just want to live my life. I like to travel the world, and this is what I did actually. I found jobs which allowed me to travel a lot, and I kind of I thought I had a good life because I could travel a lot and I had everything what I needed. I could go to interesting places. So I thought my life was okay, but deep inside I was not happy. So I was using alcohol as self-medication to make myself happy, as many people do, of course, in all the countries, not only in Russia and in the United States, but I think probably in every country in the world, people
Yeah.
do this. And yeah, so at some point for me, it became a problem because I realized that I'm not happy and I'm not myself unless I have a drink or something. So I even started searching for a psychologist for myself, but I could not find someone I could relate with or resonate with, unfortunately. So I thought that I'll figure things out on myself, but I could not figure things out by myself. It became worse because when I started living in Miami, I was introduced to drug culture there because it's very big, and I had friends who were going to clubs, and like partying. So I joined those friends, and I started going clubbing and partying with them, and it made me feel good. But after some time, I realized that it's actually a problem. It's starting to be a big problem because this partying and clubbing, it's all, a simulation of happiness, let's say. So when you're in a club, there is a great music and everyone is happy and dancing, but it's only for a short time and everyone's intoxicated with alcohol and drugs. And if not for that people wouldn't be happy. So it's not a real thing. It's only a simulation. So this is when I started to look for more answers, and I started reading different psychology books, and I realized that I have a problem from my childhood, and I have a depression, and I'm trying to hide it from the world, and that's why I'm acting like this. So this is when my journey as a psychologist started, and little by little, it led me to studying psychology.
Wow, it sounds like quite a journey of self-discovery. So,
Yes, it's
so
a
I am,
long one.
yeah, I understand because in my late teens, early 20s, I had some addiction problems as well. And when I got pregnant with my son at 21 years of age, that woke me up and I got off drugs so that I could have a safe pregnancy. It was pretty hard. I had to move in with my parents and say, "Watch me so that I don't go out and get these things." So I'm impressed that you were able to do that by just reading and delving into your personal history and figuring that out on your own. That's amazing.
Well, yes, it also took me a special strategy. I had to like cleanse my circle, and I had to delete the contacts of people who were connected with drugs or partying or, all this type of things. So first I did that, and then after 1 year, I moved back to Europe. So I was staying away from Miami, Miami, and the lifestyle that it offers. So of course that helped a lot. And
Yeah.
also, yeah, and also in Europe, practically in Russia, I had access to affordable psychology education, and also I could do it online. And it was during COVID times, so I was actually very lucky that I had this chance to do it because normally it takes, I know in the United States it takes more years to get a psychology degree, and it's very, very expensive.
Yes, yeah, you were lucky. That's great though. So, have you expanded your circle now and found friends and things that you like to do that are, because it does, like you said, matter who you surround yourself with. So, have you found a way to get over those issues with reconnecting with people from the days when you were bullied?
Yes, of course. First of all, I have, well, a big circle with, say, other psychologists and other people who are mentoring people in recovery. So I always meet them with podcasts, and we meet. There is a radio program in Santa Barbara. It's called like Teen Sport Radio, and they invited me to be a co-host on the radio. So we meet every week, and we talk about important things for kids and for health in general. So that's also like like my extended family, although they're in another part of the world. Like right now, I'm in Rome, and they're in Santa Barbara. But it feels really good that with this technology we can connect with people from all over the world. And it doesn't matter if our circle, like the physical circle that we find around, is not really connecting with us. At least we can use this technology to connect with people who are far away, but we have common values and goals.
Yes, that's one of the good things that I think COVID brought out, is that it made Zoom and other technology such a prevalent thing that anybody can get on. Even the elderly who are home and isolated and alone can now get on their phones and talk with someone on Zoom or Facebook or anything, even if it's 2 a.m. So
yes, exactly. Yes. We are very lucky to have this technology now.
yes. So can you tell me a little bit about what you would tell someone who is going through what you went through, like if they're being bullied, what you would recommend?
I would recommend to tell about this, at least to your parents and to your teacher in class, like to tell people, because I was hiding everything. I was not taking any action to stop this. What I did was start skipping school, and it was a big mistake. So don't ever do that. You need to like face your problems in life, basically. Yes. So all the challenges come with a solution. So we need to focus on the challenge and go right through it and come out as a changed person. And we need to remember that, okay, this solution works for this problem. Or if it didn't work, we try something else. But we need to work with these things. And this is how we grow in life, by overcoming the challenges. If I reached out to my parents or to the teachers, maybe my situation, my life would be different.
Right.
So
That's good advice. And are there certain things parents should look for to notice if maybe their kids are going through that?
So I think there is a big chance that something is going on in school, because the kids are mean. Yes, unfortunately, because they don't understand what kind of influence their words and actions have on other kids or on other people, because they're not taught that in school, unfortunately. But I hope very soon this situation will change and the education system will be more personal, let's say, than now. Yes, but I think what can help is just like talking to your kids and asking about everything, asking more about how is school, what kind of kids are in school, what kind of communication they have. This is important because like in my case, my parents never asked me about that. They just checked my grades. And that was a big mistake, again, because my grades were good, but then I just stopped going to school.
They were probably baffled, trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know my daughter actually quit going to school for a while last year, and I kept asking her, is someone picking on you? Is someone being mean? And she said, no, no. And she's on the spectrum, so I don't know what happened, but she turned around, and this year she's fine. She hasn't missed any school except for when she was sick. So I don't know if somebody was picking on her and they're not now, but I'm glad things are better.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
So what would you like to leave everybody with today?
First of all, I would like to invite everyone to read my book for free on Amazon, as long as it's available. I think it's a short-term offer from Amazon. So I really try to put all my best tools there, and I really believe it's helpful, and it can help people to not only stop the addiction, but even just to have a different look at their life. So because in my book, I'm teaching people that we shouldn't just let things happen to us, and but we should look for the things in life that make us happy.
Yes.
Yes, and we need to analyze what is good for us, what is not good for us, what is beneficial, what is that makes us happy. Yes,
Right.
and in order to do this, you just need to like really have a good review of everything we have and get rid of everything that doesn't serve our highest good. It's very important. Yes, and to
That
pick.
makes sense. Yeah, it sounds like it starts with a big assessment of where you are in life.
And
So,
where you want to be.
yes. And would you remind us again what the name of your book is?
Mind shift to recovery.
Mind Shift to Recovery. I like that. All
Mhm.
right. Well, thank you for coming on today, Natalie. I really enjoyed talking with you.
Thank you so much, Amy, for having me on your podcast. I loved talking with you.
Thank you. You have a great weekend.
Thank you, and you too.
Thanks for joining us on today's episode of Advancing with Amy. I hope you enjoyed our chat with Dr. Natalie Mei as much as I did. If her story resonated with you, make sure to check out her book, Mind Shift to Recovery, on Amazon. It's free with Kindle Unlimited right now, so don't miss out. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast for more awesome episodes like this one. And if you loved what you heard, please share it with your friends and family. Your support means the world to us and helps get these important stories out there. Thanks again, and keep advancing, warriors.